Hello, everyone. So, if you read the thumbnail, yeah, I am taking on a personal challenge. What is the 32 about? The 32 is about me. Okay. So, back when I had my old channel, when I was 29, I made a 30 books to read before 30 reading list, and yeah, I went through a lot that year. 30 different deaths and a really, really rough breakup and really downward spiral. So, I also went through the biggest reading slump of my life. I was dealing with a lot of depression, just not in a good place, and big mental breakdown. I don't want to talk too much about it, but I felt like I was too public about my mental breakdown, and that's part of why I deleted my old channel. Now, I'm not stupid. I know that the internet is forever, and people remember. People remember, but I had decided that I wanted to take a break and start afresh. God, my hair is such a mess. Always. What's new, right? So I don't know. It's always in my head, been in my head. Like, I'm bummed I didn't get to do that. Like, it sucks that I didn't get to do that. Like, when am I next gonna do that? When I'm 40? So no, I'm not gonna wait until I turn 40. I'm gonna start my 32 books to read before I turn 32, because now I'm 31. So I'm starting late because my birthday was in June, so I don't have as many months. Um, but yeah, here I go. And I am not doing it the way I did it last time, if anyone remembers that video. I did I only did my physically owned books, which that is mostly what it's gonna be. Well, my physically owned books and my Audible owned books, which I have way too much of both. Oh my god, I forgot to say, look at baby ghost face. Um, but yeah, I'm giving myself, okay, I'm doing mostly like 2/3 audio because I can just get through way more audiobooks than I can physically. If you're one of those high and mighty people that thinks that audiobooks are not really reading, I'd really prefer that you don't stick around my channel, because I hate people like that, and my reasons are due to chronic pain and disabilities that I have, so my stuff is always going to be a lot of audiobooks. So anyways, I'm doing basically 2/3 audio, and so it's going to be 21 audiobooks, 11 physical books, 8 of those physical books that I own, and 3 that are new. And I definitely think I can do this and like still have time to, like, if buddy reads pop up or mood reads, I still kind of have some breathing room to do that. So, what am I gonna read? Okay, so the physical books that I own, this one is gonna be a little easier because I'm halfway through it. It's it. Yeah, I've been working on this for quite a while. Don't regret the way I'm reading it. I'm reading it the way that it feels good to me. And like I said, I'm liking it. I'm gonna be honest though, I'm not loving it, but we've still got a long way to go for it to get to that love status. And then something, I think this might be fate, because I made this list and I put this book on my list. I'll just show the book. I've owned this book for so many years, okay, because I want to experience it. I really do. I'm just always like, no, that seems like such a chore, but it is. House of Leaves by Mark Z. Danielewski. Okay, and then like the day after, Jen from Literary Love made her post about doing a group read. So I was like, huh, was it fate? And I saw that she made a post about the way that she was gonna go about reading it on Instagram, and it seems really chill, like a really chill and cool way to go about it. Sorry, I don't have much space around me, so I'm having to set these on the floor as I go. So, thank you, Jen, because that made it feel like it was fate. I'm probably being goofy. Okay, then we have, I need to read another paperback from Hell because I have the collection. I've read 3 of them, and I've DNF'd one of them. I need to finally read another one. I chose Familiar Spirit by Lisa Tuttle. So what is this about? Now that her life with Brian is over, she would have a home of her own. She could begin again. But something was waiting for Sarah in her new house, waiting to welcome her, to make her feel at home. Something was waiting for Sarah in the night with her golden eyes that glowed and burned, commanding her, obedience, demanding her soul, promising her. Sarah tried to escape the power, but night after night it drew her back, filling her with screaming horror one moment and restless, burning pleasure the next. Sarah tried to escape the house, to fight the evil, but she came back. She will always come back, because now Sarah is never alone. Yeah, that sounds pretty good to me. And then I have The Door by Mary Shelley. Now, I'm pretty sure I'm pronouncing it right. When I picked this out for my birthday, this was a gift, but I was like, oh, Le Dore. I thought it was like sounded like pretty like that, but I googled it and they're pronouncing it Lador, so, or yeah, but this is by Mary Shelley. It is compared to Jane Austen, which is very interesting, and I just really want to know what Mary Shelley is like when she's not writing horror, so curious about that one. Okay, I have, we gotta have one extreme horror at least. I picked Yellow by Aaron Beauregard. I always forget that I've read 2 of his books because I did read The Slob, and that one kind of like goes out of my brain. Ugh, book is so disgusting. Trigger warnings, trigger warnings, trigger warnings. I've read Playground, trigger warnings, trigger warnings, trigger warnings. Yellow apparently is about a woman who is graped. I guess that's what we're supposed to say on the internet now. We can't just say the real word. But I prefer to. I don't know why I even bothered saying the fake name. I never use filters on my channel, but apparently she is that, and her husband wants to get revenge on her rapists. And I hear this has so much brutal, nasty violence that you're gonna have to check trigger warnings for. But I did give you one for the R word, so. Okay. My Best Friend's Exorcism. I have been meaning to read this book for so long. I've owned it for so long. I feel like the only horror fan who hasn't read a Grady Hendrix book, I don't think I need to say anything about this book. Everybody knows what this book is about, and everybody is familiar with this author. So yeah, that one. Oh, I'm really excited about this one. I got this one for my birthday too. The Haunting of Alejandra. This is supposed to be, oh, I always forget to say the author. V. Castro. This is supposed to be like, The Haunting of La Llorona. I know I probably pronounced that so bad, and I'm so sorry, but I never took Spanish. I was stupid and I took French. I was only 13 when I had to pick, and I wasn't smart enough to pick a language I was actually could have used. But anyways, this is supposed to be about that ghost story, that cursed story. I just think it sounds so good, and I'm really getting excited just thinking about it. Okay, and then is this my last one? I guess this is my last one. I picked Strangers at Colin's House, the third book in the Dark Shadows series by Marilyn Ross. Just because I am really enjoying my rereads. This will be the last one that I've ever reread. I never went further in the series. They're just so relaxing to me. I love them. I love the gothic atmosphere, a little bit of romance, suspense, horror. I'm looking forward to when it gets to be a little more horror. Yeah. And then, welcome to LazyTube if you're on my channel. These are the 3 books that I'm gonna let myself buy in the new year. I think I forgot to mention I'm not buying any books the rest of the year because I gotta buy people presents for Christmas, and my mom's birthday is in November, so I just don't have the money. But there's this one fantasy series that I really want to read. And, oh god, is it gonna show up? Is it gonna show up? Not really. It's the Bloodsworn trilogy by John Gwynne. The Hunger of the Gods, The Shadow of the Gods, and The Fury of the Gods. Where you got the big old wolf thing. I don't think that's a wolf, but it looks like a wolf. I haven't read it yet. It's probably some magic creature. And then a dragon, and then another dragon. Yeah, I feel a little guilty about buying it because I do have one of John Gwynne's other trilogies. I think it's called The Faithful and the Fallen. Yeah, it's 4 books long. I've had it forever. I haven't been reading it. But yeah, okay. Quick pause. So yeah, I'm not gonna buy those until the new year. I'm not buying any books the rest of this year, and I'm gonna try to make it until June until I buy any more books, unless it's a buddy read. If someone really wants to buddy read anything, then little exceptions, book clubs, buddy reads. I'm not a part of any book clubs anymore, though, actually, so I don't know why I said that. But those are my 3 exceptions. It's kind of funny because I have, always seen people going on book buying bans, and, I'm like, oh, that's not me. And then I decided to do it this year after, years of watching BookTube before I ever started a channel, and then years of having a channel. I was just like, no, I don't want to do that. Nah. But yeah, all of a sudden I went March, April, and May without buying books, and then it was my birthday month, and then once I did it too much, and yeah, now it's been too much of that, so I want to go back to the rewarding feeling of saving some money. But anyways, I'm sorry I ramble so much. It's just who I am. I appreciate everybody who sticks by me and actually watches my videos. Okay, I'm not gonna bother to try to show my phone screen again for photos because obviously that didn't work. Wait, I might be able to make it work in another way. Just, we'll see. I do have, because I gotta read 21 audiobooks. Listen to. Okay, but not okay, 12 of them I do own physically, but I think I'm just gonna do them. I have the physical and the audio. It's a long story why for both of them, but that's what happened. But first of all, I don't know. I know a lot of people hate this series, but I want to read the first trilogy in the Shannara Chronicles by Terry Brooks. I don't care if people say it's a ripoff of Lord of the Rings, because I've heard people say that about other books, ripping off other books, and I don't care. And I don't care if it's tropey or whatever. I want to read them. But yeah, I'm gonna do them on audio, and actually, I think I might give the physical ones to my dad and see if he wants to buddy read them. I just thought of that. That would be really fun. And then I have all of the Expanse physical books, and I'm gonna try to do those on audio. I've been really in a sci-fi and fantasy mood lately. I'm trying to keep it spooky because it's October. But yeah, I hope that mood continues into November. And I'm sad I'm losing it in October, but I've been celebrating Halloween since June, so yeah, that can happen. No, not since June, since July. I take that back. It was since July. But yeah, I've just really been in like a sci-fi and fantasy mood, so I went with those, and I tried to keep my choices kind of diverse in genre. Okay, so I'll just go through the rest of these quickly because this video is getting kind of long. Horror movie by Paul Tremblay. It's been a while since I read a Paul Tremblay. Like, I've only read 2, and I like A Head Full of Ghosts way more than I forget the cabin one. I always forget the real title of it. Tale of the Body Thief by Anne Rice, because I love the first 3 in the Vampire Chronicles, and I want to read the 4th one. And I actually already started the first chapter, so I'm getting there already, and I'm out of Audible credits after this until the new year, so hopefully I'm not like, oh, I want to keep going. Okay, and then I already went through all those. Okay, so then we're on 15 because I did all the Shannara and the Expanse series. Okay, I put down The Secret History by Donna Tartt. Is that her last name? I feel like everybody's read it except me, and I'm just like don't know. I'm like the only person who hasn't read Dark Academia too. Isn't that what it is? I'm pretty sure it was so popular when it was on. Like so many books I was addicted to. I have to get books on the credit Audible sales. Ugh, it was so stupid, and now I have all these books piled up, and it's just, I'm trying to get through them. But anyways, Burial Rights. Let me look up the author on that. I'm trying, like, I'm not saying as much about the ones that are super popular, but for one, I don't know how popular this book is, but Burial Rights by Hannah Kent is about the last public execution that took place in Ireland, and it's about the young woman's life, like the days leading up to it, I think. I've been meaning to read this book for years. But if it sounds interesting to you, and you like historical fiction, which I haven't read in a minute, but you like a historical fiction, definitely look up Burial Rights by Hannah Kent. And then I'm doing Seed by Anya Alborn. I haven't read anything by Anya Alborn. We're gonna fix that. Oh, and then I have another Grady Hendrix on here because it's free on Audible. It's the Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires. Don't feel like I need to talk much about that. I have A Cosmology of Monsters, which honestly, I don't understand what this story is about. I don't know. If you've read A Cosmology of Monsters, let me know. It's horror. The author is Sean Hamill. I don't know. I just heard it was really good, and I think it was another one that was on one of those save a credit Audible sales, but I don't know. I was hearing really good things about it at the time, so I was like, cool. Okay. I have The Brain Drips Yellow, and if you watched a lot of Pax's channel, you know that she was a big fan of that book, and that's all I'm gonna say. And finally, I have the novelization of Crimson Peak, which I've been meaning to listen to for forever and forever. I love the movie. It is such an awesome movie. I've had the audiobook again forever just piled up in my Audible library. So, yeah. If you listened to me talk this whole time, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I hope I can fulfill this challenge before June and more because I want to read. I want to mood read. I'm a mood reader. I've been craving like a lot of sci-fi and fantasy, but we'll see how it goes. And you know what? I'm just doing this for me because I missed out on it at one point in my life when things were hard. So, who cares if I miss out on some stuff? It's not a life or death sentence. But thank you. I hope you have a good day, and I will see you in the next one.